Okay. So, what do you think we're doing now? What? No, before the break. What happens when you see a dark slide like that? Yeah, okay, go ahead. Tell me what you learned so far. Focus and activity. You see what happens here? This is called primacy recency effect. You remember the last thing and maybe the first thing. And anything in between is vague. No, that's normal. That's actually a phenomenon. People always remember what happened at the beginning and what happened in the end. That's why you should actually put your very important announcement either at the beginning of class or the end of class. Because this is the highest attention always. So what did we get? Let's go back.
Making videos.
Videos? Anything you remember. I want you to just, no order, just anything. Why students come unprepared? A, B, C, D. What else? Accountability. How you hold them accountable?
Bloom's theory.
Bloom's taxonomy. How do you hold them accountable? This is very important actually. It's not just for flipped learning, but in learning in general. What do you make him do to make him come prepared to class? Assess regularly. Always assess. What else? Build rapport, build friendship, professional relationship. What else?
Short time. Short.
Timeline for the video, the report, yes. Timestamp. Timeline for the assignment. How long it's going to take? Yes. One excuse for not doing it? Yeah. Tell me whatever you remember. Not necessarily in order. One thing you remember from this.
Dump.
A dump, yes. Dump everything you know. Mind dump. What else? Tell me just anything you remember. If you remember anything, I'll be very sad. Regular assessment. This is important. What else?
Take-home message.
Take-home message?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's the summary.
Give us a one-sentence summary. Yes. People in the back, come on. Hey. One-word journal. Yes. What else? One at a time. Become active learners from early on. Yes.
Using
Clickers. Yes. Clickers. Yeah, if we have time. Does everyone here have a phone? Have a phone. Can you connect to the web?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to show you one very neat website you can use actually in class for free to collect feedback like that. Okay, but I wasn't sure if we have a good connection. I think we're good to go. So you guys are good for a break. Yes.
Regarding the flipped classes, can we say the flipped classes can be the substitute for the standard lectures, or you want us to have a specific slot for the flipped classes, such as to replace the DSLs in our timetable, or the part of our standard lecture can be flipped?
Well, this is a very good question. Does the flipped learning substitute the lecture or the whole course? Well, I think we mentioned something like this to start small. You could flip part of the lecture, so we'll substitute part of it. If you want to go a little higher, you could do the whole lecture. If you feel more comfortable with one, you can go to more than one. And eventually, if you think this is going to work for you, I would flip the whole thing. And there are actually research results that show that some universities where class was flipped, the success rate jumped from 35 to 80% in that class, especially in chemistry.
Does it depend on the course and the audience?
Yes, of course. The topic, the audience, again, it depends. You're free to go, but if you want to stay, ask a question. So, okay. We can, is it 12:15, right?
Before the break, you were saying something about using Blackboard.
The clickers. Yeah, I'll get to that. Yeah, I'll show you where to do it. Actually, I have kind of a small 2-question survey using that website, so we can actually have a live demo for it. I will ask you to go there and do something with it. So yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's get it started real quick. So we started the day by, again, defining what is flipped learning, right? Then what happened? The benefits of flipped learning, the deeper learning and more engaging, more activity. Then we went through the step-by-step application for how to flip at least one class. So the first tip was prepare the students, making buy-in and show them the value of group work. Then start small, just maybe part of a lecture or part of a module. Take it slowly. What's the third step? Pick your, before that.
Learning outcomes.
Oh, there's one more step before that. Pick the content. Pick the appropriate content that you think would fit the flipping model. Then write good outcomes. What is outcome? What is outcome? Do you remember?
Something specific that can be measurable.
Yes, specific and measurable about what?
But three, head, hand, and heart.
Right. The know, the do, the feel. It should be around those. And then, what did we do? How to prepare the pre-class materials. You can Google the videos or create your own, right? And then, how would you assess the preparedness? How you make sure they're accountable? They are prepared, come to class prepared. What do? Do you remember? Hmm?
Again say,
Sorry?
could you say
Yeah, I mean, how would you ensure that they come to the class prepared? They did the pre-class assignment. They watched the video, did the reading. What do you do in class to make sure that they do it?
the quiz or
Quiz at the beginning. What else?
evaluate each other, random,
Right, you can have them write questions. What else? They become active. You can cheat, actually. Cheat. You can look at your notes. It's all right. Look at your notes and your handouts, maybe. Yes? Peer review each other. Yes. So we went through these steps to make sure they're ready. Now, how are you going to use the class time? Now you did everything and you come to class. Are you going to lecture? It's a flip. So don't expect to be lecturing for more than 5-10 minutes. Yes, because in a traditional classroom, are you familiar with the concept of lesson planning? Lesson planning. Do you ever make a plan for each class before coming? Not an outline. A lesson plan will involve the timing. How are you going to start the class today? What are you going to say? What's going to happen after that? What activity are you going to do? At what time? How long it will take?
should it be written?
Yes.
Schedule.
Each class. Ouch, it hurts, I know. Actually, I have one for myself here for you today. And I could be lost without it.
The cats,
It's not, what cats you're going to lose? I mean, you're going to use. But the thing is, with this lesson plan, it's a guide for you. During the class, what are you going to do? You don't have to wing it every time. If you're teaching this course several times, I would highly recommend you to create a lesson plan, a map for you to follow for that class. So for the first 5 minutes, what are you going to be doing? Usually in traditional class, you would go over the homework, right? For like 10 minutes. After that, you would do a warm-up activity, something to get them ready. After that, you will lecture for 45 minutes. Straightforward, just you talking. And with any luck, there will be time for some guided practice. Sometimes. And then you end the class was giving them the homework. right? In the last 5 minutes. This is a 75-minute class period. So this is how you divide it, okay? This in the traditional classroom. With any luck, you will have something to do. Sometimes nothing. You just go start lecturing from minute 0 to minute 50. Maybe some questions in the middle. Yeah, it is. So in the flipped classroom, how would the class lesson plan would look like? You would start with a clicker question, or make sure they're ready. Remember all these practices that we talked about, have and bring question, mind dump, one-word journal, quizzes, all that. You start with that. Question and answer. If there is something that you feel like they are confused about, you can actually do a mini lecture on that, just for 10 minutes. You feel like everybody's missing this point. So let me talk about it a little bit. And then you spend the majority of class time actually on practice. Most of the class time is used for practice. And the last 5 minutes, you just introduce the next topic. So this is the majority of class time. You're going to use it in what? Guided, independent practice. So that's what we're talking about here. How are you going to use the flipped classroom time in class to do what? Here's several activities you could do. Group work, team-based learning, student presentations, doing posters, case-based learning, problem-based learning, simulations, role play. There are a ton of those, and remember the ATLE, it has a lot of those too. So each single one of those could take like 3-4 hours to explain, which is not going to work. So I picked only one of those that we can apply today. It's called team-based learning. How many of you are familiar with that? Team-based learning. Similar to cooperative learning, but more structured. And it's a model for flipped learning. So let's see. Now, what was that last thing we talked about? Using the class time. All right. So there are 2 more steps that I will not cover in depth that you should make sure there is an alignment. What do we mean by that? You should make sure that the pre-class assignment and the in-class activities and the assessment are all aligned with the outcomes. So everything you do should lead to achieving that outcome. And that's why I said it's very important to start with very good outcome, because that will guide the rest of your class time and use of everything after that. If you start with a good outcome, everything will fall in place. Your assessment will be right, your activities will be right. And just very quickly about that. And also after class, you would probably provide additional practices. You can give them maybe a discussion board. They can talk about what they learned. You can give them maybe a few more questions to answer, or maybe give them to a little bit of assignment that makes more depth for what they learned already. So you start pre-class, do more in class, and after class a little bit more work. That will definitely guarantee a highly deep learning. I'm going to stop on these for the moment because we don't have that much time to go much in depth on these, but because I want to spend the time on the play or the application itself. How can we see a model for flipped learning in action? This is the application part. So let's play the team-based learning. What is that? It's actually an applied flipped learning model. Team-based learning was established in the 70s. It's not a new term, actually. It's been like over 50 years now, almost. And that's probably the origin of the whole idea of flipped learning. And we'll see why. So here's a couple more objectives for this section. I want you to be able to apply the readiness assurance process. What does that mean? Remember, we want to make sure that they are ready to apply in class. We want to make sure they are accountable for the pre-class assignment. We will see how you can do this actually in action. And also we would like to identify what are the elements of this model of team-based learning. So let's go. Let's define what team-based learning, and you will see why I say this is a flipped learning model. Can you read this? I don't want to read it for you if you can read it. It's developing high-performance learning teams. Individual work outside of class, and then teamwork is completed in class. Does this sound familiar? Exactly, this is flipped in classroom. But this is a definition of team-based learning, so it is flipped classroom in practice. So basically, apply content in a simple and complex problem and getting feedback in class. So that's exactly the definition of flipped learning. Students work outside of class individually, come to class to apply in teams. Here's the difference. They come to work in teams. There is a difference between a group and a team. You know, the team does not develop immediately. It takes time to develop. And there are actually stages for developing a team. But during that work as a team, they get feedback from the instructor.
Who's gonna make the team?
How you make the team? Or who does it make the team, right?
Is it students?
No. The instructor, we will get to that, but for now, you need to know that instructors should assign the team member based on diversity. You don't let them choose their own team members. As I mentioned earlier, they become just a social entity, friendship. It doesn't work. You have to be more diverse. Remember the exercise we did about the logos? The more diverse you are, the more productive you will be.
So it seems to me that we cannot start from the beginning of your semester.
Well, actually, you can start assigning teams from day 1 or at least day 2. We have to introduce the concept first. Let them know what we're going to do. Remember active learning very early. If you're going to do that, you need to let them know that they will be forming teams and working as active learner for the rest of the semester. And this is another feature of team-based learning. The teams are permanent. You don't change your team like 3 weeks down, 3 weeks down, you say, I don't like my team. No, you can't. Teams are permanent. And this is one of the features of team-based learning. You don't change your team.
But sometimes for some reason, you can replace or something.
There will be issues with that, but I'll get to it. You know, there are issues, but we can clarify. So let's play. I want you to read something. It's in your handouts, I think. It's a reading about team-based learning. Can you see it? It's just one page, like this. You have it? No, not the test. No, forget about the test now. This reading, it's a one page that says team-based learning and explains it. You get it? Let me see. Yes. No, not this one. Oh, wait.
Team-based learning.
Yes, that's it.
TBL.
Yes, please read this. Take like 5-7 minutes. Read it carefully. You don't have to memorize it. Just read it. Read it, okay? Read this. It explains what team-based learning is. What are the features of that? Yeah, read through it. Just go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, in your table where you have compared the timeline between the flipped classes and the traditional classes.
Right.
You mentioned around 19 minutes for the traditional class. Is it possible anywhere that a lecture is standard lecture of a 19 minutes?
Say it again, sorry. The 90 minutes is what?
I mean, 90 minutes is a traditional class timeline that you have mentioned in
This was like 90 minutes, yeah.
I'm afraid that in practice it's not been possible to have an active lecture of the 90 minutes so that a student can keep their concentration for 90 minutes.
Well, the lecture itself was like for 45 minutes, within the 90 minutes. So it's not for the whole 90 minutes. But this is an example for a 90-minute class. You can adjust this to the 50-minute class. Still, in the traditional model, it will be the majority of time spent on lecturing.
Yeah, that would be a 50 minutes, that's all.
50 minutes, like you spend maybe 35 of those lecturing. Does this answer your question or not clear?
No, it's not clear because what I got an impression from your table that the traditional traditional class, usually timeline extends up to 90 minutes.
Not really, yeah, well, if it's 90, I'm just comparing, you know, it could be 50.
I calculated all
Right. It's just an example to show you the difference, that's all. But you can change the timing based on a 50-minute class. I didn't know what the class period here is like. Usually it's 75 minutes. But if it's 50, you can change it to 50.
Even sir, the 75 minutes, do you think the students keep their concentration focused?
No, of course not. That's why even a traditional, it doesn't work. But for a flipped learning, 65 minutes of activities, they will keep attention. They're doing something. They're not just sitting there and listening. So go ahead and read this. Yeah, you don't have to memorize it or anything. Just read through it. But I couldn't give it to you before you come. I wasn't sure it was coming. This is your homework. So we're trying to emulate an actual flipped classroom. You're supposed to do this before coming to class. But we don't know who's coming, so we can't assign you some work. Because you probably most likely won't do it.
Actually, we were expecting to have a material in hand to us before, because to come to attain the model of flipped classes, we should have the material in hand before.
Well, they were sent like 2 weeks ago, but but I can't request from you to do anything before coming because you know it's not usually welcome to do anything before coming to class, and most likely you won't do it. Like students, you know. So I decided to make this short version of reading so we can actually see how it's done. Everyone done? Okay.
Sir, how do one instructor or teacher come to know that this bunch of these students have some diverse thinking or diversity in the start of the session, or at least they would need one semester to go to know about their diversity?
Excellent question. So how would you know, the question is, how would you know anything about those students to put them in teams that are diverse? This is a great question, yeah. Well,
To their GPA, then already what
no, actually there is a way to do that, but I don't want to, interrupt you. I'll answer this. We'll get to it, but it's part of it actually. It's a good question. It's a traditional question that you should know how to do it. But I don't want to interrupt this process. Are you done with this? You're done, okay. All right, now I want you to put this aside. Put this reading away. And get ready for a quiz. Okay? There is a quiz in your handouts. It's a quiz like multiple choice questions. Can you find that? Yeah, now team-based learning, multiple choice question, put everything away. No cheating this time. No cheat sheet. Yeah. Wait, what I'm going to do now is going to ask you to answer these questions as good as you can individually. And you're going to put your answers both on the work, the exam you have, and on this sheet. Wait, don't start. You have to have one of these sheets, scoring sheets, okay? So you're going to put your answers here and on your answer question exam itself too. So you put it in different places because I'm collecting these because you're going to be scored for it. I'm going to give you a grade for this one.
Sir, these questions are based on the information
Yes, these questions are based on the readings.
10 minutes, how can we thoroughly, deeply read it?
The next step will explain why we're doing this. But answer it as much as you can. Yeah, I mean, if you get a 0, that's fine. No problem. No. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna judge anything. I'm just trying to show you how is it done. So I'll pass these around. Just take one and pass them around. Put your name on this and get into groups first. Make sure you have a group. You're not, just know your group members, okay? Because I need your group number here. So get into groups of 3 or 4 or 5, whatever you like, and go back and answer individually. I just want to make sure that you know your group. Once we're going to do the next step is the group work, the teamwork. So here it is. So pass these around because it has your name and your group number. Each one should take one of these. Okay? Take one and pass it out. Put your name and your group number on this. Make sure you know your group. Decide a group and then start working individually. Do you get this? Know your group numbers because I need a group. So your group 1, group 2, group 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody should be in a group. 7. Anybody's not in a group? You should join a group. Don't wait. So 7 groups here. You're going to start with 8. Group 8. Where is it? 8. Where's 9? 9. 10. 11. 12. Is everybody in a group? Everybody should be in a group. So we got 12 groups, right? All right, go ahead. Start working individually on the quiz. Don't consult with anyone. Work individually. You don't have to answer it correctly, believe it or not. It's not the point. Okay, more? Okay. Yeah, you have the quiz, answer on the sheet and in your test, both. And remember, write your name and your group number. Write your name and your group number on this. You have extras? Yeah, answer it as much you can. It doesn't have to be correct.
Name, anonymous name, ABCD, XYZ can work?
No, I mean try to think a little bit, but not if you get it right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Because yeah, I'm not expecting you to be perfecting this in 5 minutes. Anybody got extra of this? Anybody needs a scoring sheet? Okay. Write your name and your group number. Well, actually you can, but in this context, I'm going to score only for 1. But actually there is an answer sheet that you could pick more and you can get partial credit. But that will take a long time to grade, so I didn't want to do it with this big number. But there's only one correct answer.
How much time we have?
I said like 10 minutes, but yeah, but now we have down to like 5. Yeah, there are more in the back. There are 10 questions. Done? Okay, here's the fun part. So let me give you this envelope. I want you to put your answers as a group in the envelope that has a number on it. So put your answers in this envelope, group 1. Remember, put your name and your group. Group 2. Group 3, where's group 4? Group 5, 6, where's 7? Is there a 7th group? You don't have a 7? Is 7? Yes. Okay. Put your individual scores in this envelope. Where's group 8? You guys done? If you don't put your, remember, put your name and group number in this envelope. Group 8. Where's 9? 10. Where's group 10? Group 11? Yes? Sorry. Okay, just a second. Hold on. Here is 11 and 12. Oops, sorry. Oh. So what now? Oh?
You need to start the.
Yeah, did I stop it? I don't know if I stopped the recording.
Okay. Good.
But this is outside the PowerPoint, so we can start here and go back to...
Yep. You
Okay.
need to start now.
Not yet. Just a second. Yeah. All right. If you got yours, give them back to me. Give me back the envelope with all the answers, okay? Yeah, give me back. Pass these envelopes to the front. So, okay. Let me get all the envelopes. I will just demo how to score those. Can I have them? You don't have to finish it. Just let me collect them back. Okay. All right. You guys done? Let's collect all the... Yeah, I need 12 of those. Yeah. You don't have to finish it. Don't worry about it.
Complete at home.
No, not that. The next step will show what I'm trying to do here. We'll explain what happens.
We'll share solving it.
Yeah, now still,
So this is the second step.
you're not looking at the readings. Don't look at the readings. Okay? Keep the readings away. Everybody give me those, okay? Thank you. Got it for everyone? Okay. Thank you. Everyone? Okay. Got it, everyone?